Everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. Today, my friend Matt is back with his 2005 Nissan XTerra, and actually got towed here on a hook. And this was, what, a couple days ago? And now we're actually going to get to the diagnosis. I called him up. He's curious what we're going to find, and he's just going to say what happened and, you know, why it's here. What happened, Matt?
Alright, so I was in a parking lot, just had dropped someone off. I was pulling out, the engine started to die. I thought maybe I was in third gear accidentally or something because it was like it was stalling. Then I smelled burning oil, and I saw the oil light and the service engine light come on, and it shut off. I got out, there's oil on the street.
Oh boy.
And that was it.
Hey, did you try to crank it?
I cranked it once.
Okay.
And it wouldn't start. And then I thought better of trying to do that anymore because if there's oil out.
Yeah, good. So you noticed the oil right away, like the smell, and you got out.
Yeah, you could smell it immediately.
It was definitely oil. It wasn't like coolant or anything.
Yeah, it was definitely oil.
Okay. So I haven't looked at it yet. We'll dive under the hood. It's actually dark outside. We'll bring some lights and see what we find. All right, we're gonna get our scanner hooked up, see what the check engine light's all about. And you see any oil underneath, Matt, you're saying?
There's some right here in the back of the wheel well there.
So you just got this thing crowned, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be oily everywhere. I mean, that
That's not crown.
You don't think so?
I think that's engine oil because it's just on that spot.
I don't see any like drips hanging down. All right. I mean, we could check the level. You want to pull the dipstick out? Just see approximately where it's at. Well, that looks. What is it? Right?
It's pretty full.
Yeah, it's pretty full. So we're not like out of oil.
I topped it off shortly before this though, so it would have been
okay.
A little higher than that.
And I see a little green over here.
That's from when I changed the coolant and didn't wipe it off.
Ah, all right. So that's good customer information.
That's unrelated.
Coolant. Okay, so the tank looks full. And the radiator, I actually took this cap off. This looks like a weird ass, like, I'm like, what the hell? Is this broken? See the cap? Usually there's like a spring-loaded valve on there.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, but it says like Nissan, it's all factory looking. And I don't see any coolant in the radiator. Did you top off the radiator, Matt, when you changed the coolant?
Yeah.
So this system's kind of weird. Usually the pressure is held in here, and then the overflow is to the tank. But in this case, the tank's actually pressurized, and there's another radiator cap up here, which is, does have the standard valve. So, okay. Is there an overflow for the overflow? All right, let's start by scanning it for codes. Maybe they'll give us a direction of some sort. So, let's see here. So key is on. Let's go to scanner. Don't want this thing to fall down. All right. Nissan. Element. I think it should auto ID. Hopefully you can auto ID. This thing's wireless, so we can just like take it anywhere. Bingo, 4-liter V6, 2005 XTerra. Indeed. And we can do a full code scan. Why not? And we'll see how long this takes. All right, our code scan is complete. And what do we have? Engine code 0. Interesting. Airbag code. BCM code, a whole bunch of TPS, TPMS, nothing really interesting. Alright, back out of here, go right to the engine. Just double check. No codes present. Interesting. So, what could cause the truck not to run and not set any codes? My only thought right now is fuel pressure. Like, you know, if the fuel pump doesn't come on, then the computer, there's no way the computer's gonna know. So that's my only direction. We can try to crank it. Let's see, in this case, do we have a Schrader valve to check fuel pressure? See, here are the fuel lines. See, that's evap. Here's one line here, and it goes right to our fuel rail, I believe. You got your injectors. So it's probably a returnless system since there's no return line. So if we don't have a Schrader valve, we can just unplug this quick connect, hopefully, and see if fuel shoots out. I don't know. Well, we can do an actuator test. Let's see. Generic functions. See if we can energize this fuel pump. Fuel pump relay on, off. I just want to hear the fuel pump run, that's all. Okay, so everything's online. Everything looks good. On. You hear that? Oh yeah, baby. Waterfall. That was a pretty quick diag, wasn't it? So maybe it wasn't oil you're seeing, maybe it was gasoline?
Gasoline burning.
Wow. That was pretty cool. How do you like that diagnosis?
You got it pretty quick.
That was pretty quick, right? Pretty efficient. You need a $10,000 snap-on tool to do this. Okay. Well, good thing your engine is, you know, at this point we can say the engine's in good shape. Now we just have to figure out why the hell it's leaking out. Oh man. I think a fuel line rusted through or something. I mean, it was coming up, I think, from above the tank. So no fuel pressure. How about that?
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll definitely do it. Alright, so I guess we're gonna have to figure out a way to jack this thing up and see where the fuel is coming from. I mean, it's a huge leak, so it shouldn't take that long to find. We can't really drive the truck into the garage, and I wouldn't want to since it'll probably spray fuel everywhere anyways. So let's, once we find the leak, we'll just show you where it is. Alright, now we're under the truck. We got the spare tire off. We can see the back of the fuel tank. I got my light shoved up in there. What we're gonna do is activate that fuel pump and see where it leaks. Should be easy enough. Hopefully my scanner doesn't get soaked in fuel. I don't know how far it'll spray. Get the camera. Alright, we'll do it real quick first. Off, off, off. Damn, it's hard to see. I mean, there's a freaking waterfall. It's coming from above the tank for sure. Oh, crap. Oh, that's a nice smell right there. Okay, so check this out. Might see that there's a mud dauber nest on the wire. You can see the wiring for the fuel pump. It's right there. And if you look past the white quick connect, see that black quick connect? It almost looks like the hose is detached. Again. See, guys, see that? This is a tough camera shot, especially at night. See that black hose? There it is. It's just hanging out. So, is the fuel pump just shooting fuel right onto the top of the tank instead of going to that feed hose? That must be the feed hose because it's a returnless system. There's only one hose. I am going to reach up in there with my hand and see if I can feel, you know, if that guy is off for a reason, or if it snapped or what. Man, I don't know if I can get my hand in there, but we can at least see what's going on. Alright, so confirmed that hose was definitely the fuel feed hose, and we did a visual inspection on it. It looked fine. I don't know why it came out of the quick connect. I mean, there must be a reason. I don't know how to videotape this, honestly. Let's zoom out. So what I'm going to try to do is reach up over the tank and there. You guys see anything? I'm gonna try to plug it in or clip it in. This is really, really tight. Put your hands to fit in here. Oh man. Let's see. Maybe the light is not as helpful as it seems. You're doing the reach around move. Okay, there's the hose. Okay, so I pulled it off. I'm wondering if we can take off this little plastic quick connect fitting, put it back in the hose, at least inspect it, and see if it's still in good shape. So, this style connection, it's a typical, like a GM quick connect. This is the original piece that I got off of the fuel pump side. Just have to bend the ears up and slit it off. It does not look deformed or worn, but I found an identical one in my Dorman fuel line kit, so we're gonna make sure that the hose end, the little ears on that, are still, you know, salvageable. Slip this guy in the hose end and then clip the whole thing onto the fuel pump. So see how that goes. Well, the new retainer didn't fit over the fuel pump nipple. Reused the old one, put it back in the hose first, and then put the hose back on the nipple, and it was really tight going on, and then it clicked in really nicely. So the question is, we didn't replace any parts, and we put the hose back on. Is that good enough? It's hard to say. I mean, it felt like it really engaged nicely, and you know, I did the tug test. Everything looks fine. We're gonna run the truck, check for leaks, and I don't know, cross your fingers. This truck's going to out of state in a couple of weeks, so hopefully the owner will drive it for as much as possible, and if it doesn't fail in 2 weeks, then I don't know, should I give you like a 1 month guarantee, Matt?
Well, it's 2 weeks and nothing, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if it stays on there, stayed on there for 13 years, right? And then boom, off. Why the heck did that happen? No one can say. Maybe they didn't clip it, you know, they clipped in like one side out of two sides at the factory, and then eventually the thing worked itself loose. It vibration, you know, do you go some hardcore off-roading or something? I don't know. But we will keep an eye on it. I could use the mirror just to double check that it's clipped in on both sides, and if it is, we will fire up the truck and let it go. Alright, moment of truth. Time to fire up the XTerra. Let's do it. Woohoo! Feels like there's a little misfire. Maybe it'll go away. There we go, smooth out. It's a returnless system, so there's probably air in the line, and each fuel injector has to pulse the air through. We'll let it run for a little bit. Take a peek underneath just to make sure. No more waterfall, Matt?
No.
Or gasoline fall. High and dry. Sweet. Alright, well, 1 month guarantee. I think that should, you know, if it lasts a month, it'll last a while longer. So with that, thanks a lot for watching. Have a good night. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.